Yeah, we're ready.
Tell me when we're rolling. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Chelsea. Got my favourite Belgian beer. This is called Leffy Blonde. Thought I'd treat myself on the beach in Dunkirk before we get the ferry home, back to England, taking 3 points. And hopefully you guys have by now seen the match vlog from Lille 1, Chelsea 2. Great win for Chelsea last night. The match vlog went up a few hours ago, and this is 6 things that we learnt. And I mean, I've learned that this beach is absolutely lovely. It's just a shame about the wind that's making my eyes go a little bit watery, but I promise I'm not crying due to anything other than the wind. There's nothing to be sad about right now. Got a beer in hand. Chelsea win 2-1, and we learnt a lot about Frank Lampard's Chelsea last night, be it about individual performances, player combinations, Frank as a manager. We're gonna delve into it today, so cheers to that. So the first thing that we learned, and we're going to talk about the goal scorer of the winning goal. We're going to talk about Willian again. For the second time in a matter of days, Willian turns up with the goods for Chelsea, securing the 3 points, got the second goal to confirm the win against Brighton. And last night, the way he took that goal, you can see it on the screen again now. We had a brilliant view of it, and the way he timed that finish, drilling the ball into the ground in those kind of areas when you're kind of on the goalkeeper's right side, you could say. You've got defenders coming in as well. He hit that so well, and it was desperately needed last night for Chelsea. We needed to win the game. Willian turned up. I think that there were times when I was frustrated by him, and when Frank Lampard decided to bring Reece James off for Callum Hudson-Odoi, I was there in the stands as much as I wanted to take a bit of credit for the whole Reece James Azpilicueta thing at the back before the game yesterday. I was there thinking, what is he playing at? Willian has been kind of void of energy. I thought at times yesterday was a bit lazy. He wasn't quite on the pace. He's turning up when he's needed most. When Chelsea are chasing the game, chasing a vital 3 points in the Champions League, as Willian has done for us in the past, he yet again turns up. And when Willian's scoring goals, it's very easy to criticise him when he isn't. And it's always been Willian's output in terms of goals and assists that we've questioned at Chelsea. Yet he scored 2 in 4 days, and they've won both of the games for us. So right now, no one can question not only Willian's commitment, but also what he's bringing to this Chelsea team. So that is point number 1. Point number 2 is Marcos Alonso. I mean, it was only a few weeks ago that I was saying how much this guy worries me. And yesterday, we saw Chelsea line up in a 3-4-3, which obviously means that Alonso is playing in his favoured wing-back position. And yesterday, in terms of his defensive statistics, which is always the thing that we have an issue with, Alonso was near perfect defensively yesterday if we're looking at stats. And although I don't always look at stats in my videos, I kind of try and speak off of emotions sometimes a lot more, I do get easily frustrated by Marcos Alonso. My eyes are literally streaming. I know it looks like I'm crying. But Alonso yesterday, defensively was very sound, and as he always does, playing in that wing-back role, he offers a lot going forward. I like the link-up play between him and Mason Mount. I think Jorginho and Kante found him with passes in that first half. And although we didn't really get it into the box very much, I'm still struggling to realise what the hell happened for Tammy Abraham's goal. For Kayo Tomori assist, we absolutely love that. Alonso was a definite positive yesterday. When he's playing in that wing-back position, he's absolutely class. Credit to him. So point number 3, moving it away from the players. I alluded to it a little bit earlier, talking about Frank Lampard's substitutions and the way he timed the substitutions, and therefore the way that we structured ourselves on the pitch to get the win yesterday was absolutely genius from Frank. When he bought Reece James off, I was there thinking, obviously I'm a massive Reece James fan. I've got quite a lot of bias when it comes to Reece James. I think he's absolutely class and will be absolutely class for Chelsea. But there was an element of his game yesterday where you could say the whole occasion of a Champions League debut in a hostile atmosphere in Lille, it might have got the better of him. I think that he was very good, and there were a lot of good combinations yesterday involving Reece James that we'll get into in a moment. The yellow card, I feel as though his confidence after that was kind of like a, let's just try not to get sent off, which kind of takes that fluidity out of Reece James's game. So Lampard brings him off, brings on Hudson-Odoi, leaving Willian on the field, and yet again, we see that combination between Hudson-Odoi finding Willian with an assist, Chelsea goal. It's pretty good. So what Frank did there is he saw that there were issues defensively for Lille. And one thing that Chelsea weren't doing as much as we could have been, which as soon as we started to do it, we caused Lille a load of problems, was having a player that can directly run at players, sit them down on the floor and put crosses into the box. And Willian was there arriving at the right time. And I think that the timing of which that substitution was made from Frank Lampard is the key reason why we won the game yesterday. The game was kind of flat, we weren't creating anywhere near enough options. Lille had some tricky players in the middle of the park and the forwards were pretty decent as well. So it was one of those games where the longer it went without scoring, I think we might have conceded a goal and lost the game, but Frank changed it at exactly the right time. At the time, I wasn't sure. I didn't think bringing off Reece James was the best thing, but on hindsight and having seen the highlights, I definitely think it was a great shout. And if anyone's talking about Lampard as a manager who doesn't make the best pragmatic decisions, I think they're wrong. I think he got it right yesterday. I'm glad I'm not driving, this is 6.6%, I could be on the floor in a minute. So I want to talk a little bit, for point number 4, about some of the combinational play that we saw defensively from Chelsea yesterday. It's not often that I stand here and give praise for multiple defenders in one of the boxes on the 6 things that we learned, but something that was really good about Reece James in particular yesterday when he started the game in right wing back was the way that he stretched the play. And it's not just making himself available for the long switch pass across the field from the midfielders, but it was also the way that he offered himself positionally tight to the wing in order for Chelsea to create some triangles and combinations to work the ball out from the back. There were times yesterday where I saw Willian come back and collect the ball, and instead of just hoofing it up the field, he was able to use Reece James, who was in the space, in order to start passing it forward. So something that really impressed me, and I said it and I wanted to see it so far this season, I'm glad we did yesterday, although it didn't last the whole game. Azpilicueta, the right side of the centre-back, I thought he was absolutely class, and he is probably the main point within this 4th box, but it was the combination, seeing him work the ball out from the back with a lot of confidence yesterday, and a lot of that was down to the positional sense that Reece James has on the pitch. So really like the way we played it out at the back. That is point number 4. Tammy Abraham, it was his birthday. It was also Mishy's birthday, but the striker that took the headlines was Tammy. He got the goal, and I mean, I've not really had too many opportunities to watch it back too much. I've seen the goal again. Great finish, by the way, to do that on his first ever away Champions League game. It was a beautiful finish from Tammy. It set the game up for Chelsea, and yes, get onto the next bit in a second, but the way that Tammy Abraham again yesterday offered himself to the midfielders for the pass, backing into the defenders, is something, again, Drogba-esque. I don't like to keep making the comparison to Didier Drogba. I think it puts a bit too much pressure on the kid, but the way he did hold up the ball, bringing it down on his chest, opening up his body in order to allow for those runs of Hudson-Odoi in the second half, Mason Mount at times in the game, and also Willian, that Tammy's hold-up play was very, very good. There were some really nice turns to get out of sticky situations with multiple defenders coming into him, and he got the goal as well, and obviously Willian got the winner. But Tammy set the game up for Chelsea to enable that to be possible in the first place. And again, no one can question anymore whether this guy's going to cut it for Chelsea. His goal scoring record this season has been absolutely phenomenal. I know he bagged a hat-trick and he got a couple of braces as well, but at the end of the day, a striker's job is to put the ball in the net. And if your striker goes off the pitch having scored a goal and you've won the game, it can only be a positive. So point number 6, and despite having a lovely Leffy blonde beer, being on a beautiful beach on a relatively nice October's windy day, we've got to just please, never ever do I want to see zonal marking again. Whether it's this Chelsea team or whether I've just popped down to the local on a Sunday afternoon to watch a very bang average game of football. If I see zonal marking, I'm going home. I'm not going to leave a Chelsea game because of zonal marking. I'm exaggerating massively. However, it's got to stop. We don't have the height. We don't have enough physical players. We've got some big centre-backs and we've got some very good centre-backs, but we don't have the height, we don't have the size, yet we keep doing it and we keep conceding goals. And I've said this a lot this season. I don't think individually defensive performances have been poor. I think there are definitely things to work on, but it's more of a building blocks thing as opposed to where we don't have good enough defenders, we cannot defend. However, put that into a set piece situation. I think when I said however, I just caught the attention of a nice big dog. Hello, doggy. Oh, he's coming to say hello. Hello. Bonjour. Au revoir, chienne. Yes, doggy. Au revoir. Bonsoir. So yeah, I am absolutely sick and tired of being so scared whenever we give away a free kick in our own half. Whenever there's a corner, I'm expecting us to concede a goal. It's all because of the way that we're setting up to mark, and it has to stop. It has to stop, because if we start taking away these set piece mistakes, we're talking about a really, really good Chelsea team. It's no longer just positive thoughts about the future. These players are all stepping up. We're creating chances, we're scoring goals, but this whole set piece thing is kind of always leaving a bit of a shadow over what is good performances and victories. So if we stop doing the zonal marking and we start to work on a new system in order to get the best out of the players that we have available to us in given situations, I think Chelsea are going to come good, and I think now we're on a 3-match winning streak. The performances are getting better and better. I don't think we were great last night. I don't think Lille, they're definitely the worst team in this group in my opinion. I don't think we were brilliant, but we've gone away from home with a young team, taken away 3 points and put ourselves in with yet again another great chance of getting out of this Champions League group. The difficult games are going to be against Ajax. They went to Valencia, scored 3, didn't concede anything. They beat Lille 3-0 as well. They're clearly going to be the standout team in this group that Chelsea are going to have to get over in order to maybe win the group and qualify. We're going to need to get, I'd say 4 points from Ajax would be absolutely brilliant. 6 would be ideal. We can start looking forward to playing Champions League football in February then. But yesterday, we did our job. We got to France. We had a few issues. The wind is coming in now thick and fast. Hurricane Lorenzo is bearing down. Let's hope we can get across the English Channel before it arrives. But yeah, brilliant result. Great away day. I'm actually having my second beer only due to all of the farcical debacles that went on. And obviously we're here now, so I might as well tell you a bit more about what happened. Basically, we couldn't get on the bus if you haven't seen the vlog, because apparently our tickets were invalid. It was a scam, won't be getting my money back, and they've also stopped responding to my emails now that I've said that I've filmed the actual thing happening. So yeah, don't ever book an away trip with blah blah bus. There's a reason they've got some of the worst reviews on Google, because they are. But anyway, that happened. We also got locked out of our hotel, which meant we had to park about a 20-minute walk away, which was brilliant last night at 1 in the morning. I also spent a lot of money on a milkshake from McDonald's. It was bang average, but other than that, that is it from Lille. We move on now to Southampton away this weekend. I might be going, I might not be going, but if I'm not going, I'll do a live stream. So we all win regardless. But anyway, Chelsea win 2-1 away at Lille. This has been 6 things that we learned. If you did enjoy the video, hit the like button. It's just like an easy way to just let me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing here. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make new videos like this after every game, and a new video at least once every single day, apart from when Adobe Rush on my phone doesn't work. So sadly, you had to get 2 videos today and not 1 yesterday. For that, I humbly apologise. But anyway, we move on now. Ferries to catch. See you all later. Goodbye. Boom.